Bam, we're live. The schedule, Caleb, is so precise to the minute for me. Meaning, and I didn't even realize. So, just to give you an example, last night I ate later than I normally eat because I had that show, and I drank coffee later than I normally eat. So then I drank coffee later than I normally drink coffee, and I ate later than I normally eat. So I got less sleep. So then I'm more uptight when I wake up. So that then my deuce didn't come out this morning the way it should have. Fuck, I feel like I just did a geometry proof in front of the whole class. That was fucking crazy. Stretch my, shake it out, shake it out. I didn't even get my peptides last night. I didn't even do my peptides. I missed my pet. Do you think that's a big deal that I missed today?
No, probably not. How often? You've done it 3 times now?
No, I've done it probably I want less than 10 or maybe 10.
No, you're probably okay.
Excuse me. What? It didn't just fall out? No. I mean, I sat on the toilet and did my breathing exercises and something came out, but it wasn't like, I know that it's like probably like in 30 minutes it's going to be like, okay, I'm ready, because everything in my life at this time of the day is like time so freaking tight. Do
you wake up having to poop?
Yeah, kind of.
Wow.
Not full pressure. I usually don't poop until I'm prairie dogging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and sometimes like I make it like earn its way.
You know it's a good one.
Yeah, I don't want to like. But sometimes I'd say 20% of the time is because of the show. If it's like the show starts at 7 and I shower at 6:30 and I get up at 6. So if it's like 6:25, I haven't pooped and I know I'm about to shower in 5 minutes, I'll go sit on the toilet and I'll just start doing stomach breathing. And then it just activates it.
Work its way out.
Yeah. Just to chill. Wad Zombie, I saw Fluffy Duck was titled the best meme account. Oh, that's bullshit. That's Caleb's fault. Fully Caleb's fault. Fully. Yeah, fuck that. We'll fix that. Sorry. We'll call it Josh's meme account. Some guy named Josh. Wad Zombie, that is, I agree. That's it's weird. It shows a lack of understanding the nuances of the social hierarchy. Clearly, Caleb's not spent enough time in the military. He needs another 4 years. Look, Caleb just lowered his seat. He's feeling bad. He took himself down a notch. Matt O'Keefe coming on the show, CEO of Hard Work Pays Off, formerly known as the big boss at Wodapalooza, Loud and Live. Been on the show a shitload of times. Been a while though, right?
Yeah, it has been a while.
I'm excited to have him on. I got lots of topics. Last night's show was crazy. Listen, there was a clip last night, and this guy basically, it's arguable that this guy coached Chuck Liddell, who was on the show last night, John Hackelman, who's arguably the best fighter ever in the UFC. And I know it's a whole different era now, but someone could make that argument. And he told the story of how he met Chuck. He had to fight Chuck. That's how he met Chuck Liddell. He had to fight Chuck Liddell. That was fucking great. I'd never heard that story.
I feel like nowadays that would never happen.
Yeah, do you think people go around to dojos and do that Cobra Kai shit where you just go into dojos and just like, hey, do you want to fight? Like, do you think anyone ever goes up to the Vermont headquarters and is like, I want to work out against Matt?
I'm sure people do that, but they'd probably say no.
No, you cannot. Here's Jason Hopper. Work out against him.
Right.
Oh, shit. The studio is going to smell horrible today. I see what's happening.
No.
Listen, if anyone can hear a fart during the show, I will give you $1 million.
So turn up your volume and listen closely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's happening. It's going to be one of those shows. Have you ever this is just completely off the reservation. Have you ever had to poop and you farted so many times that you went away and you thought, wow, did my body just turn that into gas?
Yeah. I'm like,
I know that sounds completely preposterous, but I feel like that's happened. Not a lot.
It just made way to not have to do it anymore. It's like if you feel like you have to throw up and you burp and then it just goes away. Like, wow.
Kind of, but that I'm acutely aware that it took the pressure off. But this is like, I actually think like you know how like you have an ice cube and then you melt it and the ice cube's gone and it turns to water. Like sometimes I've had this feeling that like my body took a whole solid poop and is like, well, since you're not going to poop that out, I'm just going to turn that into gas.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's a relief.
Look, we're having this incredible conversation about alchemy and someone has to bring up colon cancer. Jesus Christ. No, alchemy. Yeah, I know, Heidi, that's not how poop works. I'm telling you that's why it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. You probably think the earth is round too.
Globist.
So ask O'Keefe about proven partnering with the games. I kind of not weighing in on that because I don't even the press release is so weird or however it's like come across my plate. I don't want to say it was a press release, but Mayhem's done stuff with the games, right? Where it's like Masters event at is sponsored by Mayhem, or like I know I've seen Mayhem banners around semifinals or regionals or at the games. Like,
yeah,
it was just weird the way they did it. I don't know what's going on, but I don't have an opinion on it at this point because I don't fully get it. I just think of it in my brain and just have it as a placeholder that Proven has given money to CrossFit for some posters up.
Kind of how I see it too, I suppose.
Yeah, and then we'll see what happens from there. Like they said that they're going to be doing seminars there or something like that. There's no way CrossFit is allowing someone to do a seminar at the games that then they also sell offsite after the games. That would be fucking nuts. There would be no way Dave or Nicole would allow that.
That makes sense.
Right? I mean, you're not going to let, I mean, like, you're the premier seminar company in the world, fitness seminar company in the world. I just no, I'm not going to ask O'Keefe about Out Foundation. That's not going to be this. I think fair enough though. That's not going to be this podcast. I want to keep I've spoke to him about it outside of this podcast. It's going to have to be a more reputable organization that does true journalism. So if you came here for that, I'm sorry. I'll ask him about Mal. How's Mal doing? Sevi, go try and poop before Matt comes on. My grandfather said don't keep it in. No, it's not like that. I'm not like keeping it in. I'm not like pinching a loaf right now. Is that what it's called when you keep it in? Pinching a loaf? No, pinching a loaf is when you let it go out.
Yes, pinching a loaf is when you actually defecate.
I'm not suppressing anyone. That's not what I do. Okay, fine. I think I told Matt O'Keefe to come on at 7:30.
Okay, let him sleep in a little bit.
Yeah, but although he's on the East Coast.
Oh.
Bernie Gannon, I thought Sevan already discussed Out Foundation with all the bathroom talk this morning. Very clever.
Good one.
Did I? Oh, I didn't send you the O'Keefe notes. Oh, do you know what video I want to pull up, Caleb? Not right now, but there's a video that he does with Sammy. It's on the HWPO YouTube page, and O'Keefe does it with Sammy and Mr. Matt Fraser, five times fittest man, and they're kind of going over the last year of their lives. And there's a something I wanted to play at 29, 27, which I thought was pretty cool. Did you know that I made new live call-in show notes, that I got rid of the old ones?
I noticed that the last time there was a live call-in show.
And it's already to like 89.
Oh my god. Well, do you remember the number you were at last time? Were you at, like, I think you were in the 900s, weren't you?
Yeah, it was something crazy. It was too many. It was hard for me to part with that list.
Really?
Yeah.
Attached to it?
Yeah. Attached. As the Buddhists say. Look at this. I'm having trouble believing this story. This is some pictures that were just released. It's like all of a sudden everyone just hates Hunter and Joe Biden. Have you noticed that? It's like full warfare on Joe Biden now.
Yes, it is.
What's going on? It was like for the last. So anyway, these are some pictures that were released. This is the president of the United States' son. We've never had a politician in the history of the United States that I know of that's gone harder, by the way, against people who brandish guns and people who smoke crack. He is like so anti-gun and so anti-crack. And last week, his son, broke the law by having a gun illegally. And then we've seen endless pictures of his son smoking crack. But look at this. This is a picture of Hunter Biden that they found. Do you think he was doing 172 miles per hour? Are you buying that? Could that be kilometers per hour?
No.
You think that's miles per hour?
Yeah. He's got American license plates on, so I imagine it's an American spec Porsche. Yeah, that's definitely miles per hour.
He was en route to a days-long Vegas bender with prostitutes. And pictured prostitutes.
Multiple. Who's got money for that?
And then it shows a picture of him holding a crack pipe as he's driving through a neighborhood.
That's a different car, though.
Oh yeah, because it's got the beveled hood. It's like some sort of American like car.
I wonder if that's the truck or something.
Are we having fighting on our thread over here?
Probably.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Oh shit, we are having fighting.
There is fighting going on.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to go and read that. I don't want to start reading that now. I want to just save that and enjoy that for later. That's awesome.
I can't wait to read through that.
I know. Wow. Holy shit. That's crazy. You saw that right away too, the fighting?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Bunch of dorks, games dorks fighting. My pencil's sharper than yours. I have a calculator that can do mathematics into the billions. Tell us. I'm just on a games thread with a bunch of games dorks on it. It's cool people. I like everyone. There's some quirky there's a lot of quirky people on there. Like there's probably only one or two like normal guys on there. I'm definitely not one of the normal guys. Can you think of anyone normal who's on there? I can think of one or two.
Yeah.
Just like he wakes up in the morning, he fucking puts on a robe, he gets the newspaper, he takes a shit, just like kisses his wife, just normal.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just weirdos. Oh, here, Sousa chimed in and said something. Nerd fight, yeah. That's awesome. And it's all like buff nerds. That's which
weird.
Is kind of funny. Caleb is not normal. No. Caleb is definitely not normal.
You wouldn't know yet.
No, I'll tell you, it's not John and Brian fighting. Absolutely not. I'll leave it at that. Okay, so back to this guy. This is the president's son. So he's doing 100. He's kind of like competing with George Floyd. Smoking crack, driving through a neighborhood. I wonder if he had counterfeit bills in the car. It's truly weird. DailyMail.com reveals Hunter Biden's reckless driving history through photos he took of himself uploaded to his abandoned laptop. Hunter took a photo from behind the wheel of his Porsche going 172 miles an hour while on his way to a Las Vegas party with prostitutes. He crashed a rental car in Palm Springs and lied about the accident to his insurer in 2016 while on a 12-day bender. I don't know. I can't hold that against him. Text also on the computer show him coordinating with multiple prostitutes, inviting them to soak in his hotel hot tub. You don't, do you invite someone you pay for? Like, would you ever say I invited the plumber to come over to my house and work?
No.
No. Like I am inviting Matt O'Keefe on here, which implies that he's coming willingly and I'm not paying him. Right?
Yes, that's an invite.
There's like something implicit about the word invite that connotes that there's not money being exchanged. So you don't really invite prostitutes. I didn't mean to be derogatory. You don't invite prostitutes to your hotel hot tub.
Not normally, no.
That's the difference between professional journalism and just like this bullshit we do. Professional journalism doesn't care about words, but shitty journalism from a corner in your office with repurposed equipment does care about words. He says to the hookers, prostitutes, working ladies, I don't have a bathing suit and I really wanted to wear a cute bathing suit. Oh, no. One of the women said that to him. Oh, but she came over anyway. She says, but I don't have any money to buy one, so I'm just going to be naked, right?
Darn.
Can you see his butt? Oh, no, he covered his butt in there.
Dang.
Can you imagine sending that picture?
That's the one you sent.
Jeez Louise. So I can't tell if that could say kph, 172 kph instead of miles per hour. What is 172 kilometers per hour?
I think it's like 90 something.
Comfort pressure reduce speed.
It's still 106 miles an hour.
And there's the crack pipe. The president's son photographed himself smoking crack while driving. So, hey, so he's speeding. He's using I think that's illegal to take pictures on your phone while you're driving.
Depends on what state. Sometimes they don't have like a hands-free law.
Man. Oh, and then there he is he got pictures with the fucking hookers.
Yeah, she didn't get a cute swimsuit, so she had to be naked.
God, that's some ghetto ass shit. Oh, this is a video.
Why would you?
Wow. So he shot video of him. Wow. This is crazy. Huh. All right. Welcome to the United States of America. Dude, can you imagine if that was Trump's kids?
It'd be a field day.
Is this what you mean, Audrey? Hands-free in Tennessee, meaning if you could tell your phone to take the picture. Hey, Siri, I better not say it. What if she actually takes a picture? I don't take nudes of myself. Call her. Hi. Like if the phone works, that'll be a miracle. Nope, sorry. Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. Oh, maybe they hung up. I forgot I have to do this every show. No fucking way. Someone tried to FaceTime me. We're definitely not doing that. Caller, hold on. Be cool. Everyone be cool. Bluetooth, Rodecaster Pro 2. Connected. Hey, caller, hi. Hey, caller. Oh, that's your fault then. The phone's working. Caller. I hung up on the caller. Try back. And then did you see the day after he was is the word indicted? They showed him partying at the White House the day after he got in trouble. He had to for his tax evasion and the illegal gun shit.
He was?
Yeah.
Come on.
Partying at the White House. Have you ever flatulated on a chair so many times that you ruin the chair? So like for months, every time you sit on it, an odor comes out.
Yeah.
You have done that?
Yeah.
I did that to him in my motorhome.
Oh,
Wow, I thought that was just me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're like a real call-in show now. Here we go. Caller, hi. Hello? Did you hear it ringing? I heard it ringing.
I heard it ringing too.
Hello? I hung up on you. Sorry, caller. I tried. Let me show you this. Sorry, Caleb. I didn't send you any of the notes, so you just kind of you just
roll with it.
Yeah, you just fucked right now. Here we go. Is it stuttering at all? How's it going?
It was pretty good.
This Instagram account is called Police Fitness Nutrition, and it's a traffic cop doing traffic cop shit. And watch this. This is kind of crazy. Here we go. That person didn't stop, so he just pushed him off the bike. Do you see that?
Hey, here's the thing about bikes. They're supposed to obey the law as if they are vehicles.
I agree. Yes.
None of them do.
Yes. Yes.
Just because you're on a bike doesn't mean you can do whatever you want.
Yes. Now watch this. By the way, this is look at. I think that's a girl he pushed off the bike, by the way, because you can hear her talk. And look at this fucking motorcade come through. What I really like is, this is my favorite part. It's coming up right here. Watch how close this motorcycle was. Oh, that's cool, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And that bike is a jackass for not backing up at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you're just a jackass.
Right.
That's like when I tell my kids they're standing on a street corner and I go back up and they take one step back. I get so fucking angry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, one step.
You do that when you're an adult, but when you're a kid, no shot.
And when the cops are coming with the I mean, dude, it's not like it's just a motorcade. It's like, that's like presidential shit, right? Look how many cars it is. I mean, it's
seriously.
It's fucking 50 cars. Like, all of those cars are in the cade. It's nuts. That bike rider is lucky they didn't get hurt when they got pushed off their bicycle. Matt O'Keefe, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys? How are we doing?
Good. Can you remember the last bike accident you've been in? Bicycle?
Yesterday, no.
Last time you crashed on a bike?
Oh yeah, I mean, as a kid, for sure.
But I mean, do you remember the last one? Like, have you crashed in the last year? I'm trying to think if I
don't really ride anything more than an Echo bike these days, or a C2 bike. So
yeah.
I mean, I've gotten hurt doing that as well, but not crashed.
When you say hurt, you mean like you weren't paying attention and the pedals keep going and like they go into your shin, or?
No, usually my injuries from those bikes are I take it too far. I you know, like you.
Yeah, all the time. Dude,
how you been?
I'm great. I'm
right.
Fantastic. Those assault bikes are actually scary to see little kids on. And I have 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old, and when they get on them, because I don't know what the word's pneumatic or what it is, but once they start going, nothing can stop them. Do you know what I mean? So if their ankle gets caught between the crankshaft and the bike, or something happens like that, it's like you've been on one. I don't know how the Echo bike works, but the assault bike, if you try to pedal backwards on it while you're pedaling forward, you will throw a 500-pound man off of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Like, it has to go in that way. Until it doesn't want to.
Fortunate. Like, you have young kids. I mean, your kids have grown up in the gym. So have mine. Mine are, 17 and 14 now. But they grew. I mean, there's many times I've walked out my garage and they've been playing. I feel fortunate. I mean, you can get pretty messed up by one of those as a youngin.
Yeah. Logan Mars, ask O'Keefe what's going on at Project Veritas. Do you follow Project Veritas?
I do not. What is it?
Oh, okay. There's a guy. It's a really a weird question, but I'll ask anything for money. there's a guy, James O'Keefe, who started a company called Project Veritas.
Okay.
And he basically what his shtick was is he had women wear cameras into really high profile people. He would find them on dating sites. Yeah. So he would find someone, let's say on Twitter and then he would send a girl in to interview him, at a coffee shop, and they would start talking, and he'd be like, yeah, we ban all of these people without doing any background. And they just start spilling the beans. Right. So we had someone a couple months ago wear a wire in with one of the top chief scientists at Pfizer. And he starts talking about basically how they were faking the tests around the injection. And then fucking 4 days later, O'Keefe lost his company. The guy's, I get why he's saying that, because the guy's name is James O'Keefe.
Yeah, let's note that is not a relative of mine. So.
Okay, I'm a little slow. And you know what's funny is James O'Keefe's really buff too. Like he clearly works out. Like I think that he's posted videos with a 500-pound deadlift. Okay, I finally got that.
Have you seen the new?
I get it. Okay.
Did you see the movie that Borat put out? Is it Borat?
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's that kind of. He does that kind of stuff, kind of.
With what was the mayor? Rudy Giuliani, and they just like. Have you guys seen it?
I've seen it. It's old, right?
No. So this guy made the movie. He got bored in COVID. He's like, I'm gonna make a movie, and he produced a movie and put it out. And one of the clips is like they basically get Giuliani to do an interview with this woman who's like going around doing interviews, and he like lures the reporter into the bedroom, and like it gets pretty graphic, and it's like, oh my dear Lord.
Oh shit.
He had no idea. Yeah. There it is.
Oh shit. So she kind of starts coming on to him in a crazy way.
I mean, it's really all him. It was kind of wild.
Oh, honestly, he starts coming on to her.
And before, and like I'm assuming there are a lot of lawsuits on this.
Him suing her like for entrapment, or her suing him for like, hey, you shouldn't have fondled my titties like that.
I mean, like she was like there to provoke this for sure.
You never blame the woman, O'Keefe. That's not going to work. Never.
If you see the movie, you'll get where I'm at.
Okay, I can't wait to see this. This is awesome. It says October 24th, 2020. Wow. How many views did that have, Caleb? Isn't it interesting? I was just watching your video this morning about with Sammy and Matt.
188.
188 million?
1,000.
Oh, that's not enough. I was watching a video yesterday. I was kind of like focused. I was running through my head like what keeps people really going is purpose. Like once you have purpose, like so if people forget their purpose, if you reintroduce them to their purpose, or if they reintroduce themselves to their purpose, they can get fired up and get going again, right? So let's say you own a CrossFit gym and you're 5 years in and you're fucking exhausted, and then you see some video that reminds you, or some client comes in and is like, hey dude, I got off my type 2 diabetes medication. You're like, oh shit. I can go another 5 years with that, right? Will you play that clip that I queued up? It's at 29, 27. I was just really maybe it's just you see what you want to see, but I was really happy to see this part. This is really cool spot. This video is on the HWPO training YouTube page, and it's I could actually listen to this for hours. It was Matt and Sammy and O'Keefe reminiscing the last year. It was actually a good idea what Matt said there at the end, to just reminisce your entire relationship, like year by year. But this is at the end of the video, and Matt says something here about having purpose. At least that's how it hit me.
More frequently.
Matt, okay, actually.
Because, I mean, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to, and Matt said it best. I'll always go back to this from our beginning when somebody asked him early on, like, what are you trying to accomplish with HWPO? And he said, I want to help people. And we can help more people now because of this, not only our team, but, more people around the world, because we can move faster. We can put more things out that meet more people where they're at. It's going to be a really fun, next couple of days, next couple of years, whatever it is. We got a lot we can do with this.
Is this, let's compare this to Loud and Live. And this is not a dig at Loud and Live at all, but that is like putting on events. right?
Yeah, I mean, at its core, for sure. Yeah. Event-driven experiential business. Yeah. So running events for brands, running events for themselves. 100%.
And now, how would you describe what you do over there as the CEO at HWPO? Or the
Yeah.
mission of that company versus the mission of Wodapalooza. This isn't to dig at Wodapalooza, by the way. Wodapalooza is fucking amazing. What a great place for people to go and connect and have a good
Cool.
time.
Yeah. I mean, it's still, even getting to go back this year was amazing. Just this, like, that event, really cool. And it's, it's great what it provides the community that, sort of thrives around it. I love that event. HWPO, I mean, that, what you just heard is it, and I think that, Matt, I can't remember exactly where that was, but Matt said that early on when we decided to do this. We're building our own app. We were doing some media around it. Somebody asked him directly, like, what are you doing? Like, what's the deal with this thing? Like, is it a money grab? Like, what, valid questions. Like, and I've been around Matt longer than anyone. And I've seen him do this throughout his career and this have purpose for him. He's like, I just want to help people. Like, Matt always digs in with the one more in need in the gym. Like, the athlete that we coach, he works, hardest with those that need the most help. And, that's where we're at. We spent a lot of time over the last year building our team, building tech so people could consume what we're doing more. And, everybody inside our walls is aligned with that. It's just truly like, you get now a year, 2 years in, stories of actually helping people. And it's what you just said, we're, getting notes and, feedback. I lost 60 pounds on your new HWPO golf program. It's like, wow, we just launched that 6 months ago. Yeah, I can.
That's
actually,
real. Someone lost 60 pounds on the golf program already.
Yeah, we were in Houston. I'm sorry, Dallas Fort Worth for the tournament with Scott Stallings, and we did a workout hosted, members and or anybody else interested. And this guy came in from Houston, and he was like, "Hey, I've been doing the program since January." That was in like May, and he said, "I'm down 62 and something pounds." I was like, "What? Really? Like, that's fast? That, right?" And it's. He's like, "Man, it's just, anyway, that is so cool." And what you said about, somebody coming in and saying, "Hey, I'm not type 2 diabetic anymore." That's enough fuel for 5 years. I mean, anytime I'm tired or Matt is, or, which is my role with him, we're busy, we're running around traveling a lot. We just talk about stuff like that. We go to our community page and circle, and man, it's so cool. So helping people.
Keefe, something's wrong with your audio. Matt, sorry to interrupt. Something's wrong with your audio.
I'm outside. I'm sure it's the wind. Do you want me to go inside?
Maybe.
Is it doing it right now?
Yeah. It just comes. The volume's just all over the place.
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside.
But I can't tell that it's windy. Your hair's not blowing around.
Yeah, that's because I have zero.
Oh.
Which
Where are you? What state are you in?
I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
Is that home that's not home for you, is it?
No. We were doing some college visits in South Carolina with my daughter, and we're taking a week on a beach just outside of Charleston with my family. My father's here, my sister's here, all our families. So we try to do this every year around the 4th.
The last time I spoke to you, you were in Maine at a family getaway.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. I was probably skiing. Yeah. We ski in the winter in Maine.
I remember exactly where I was. I was in San Luis Obispo in front of a hot dog stand, and there was a guy playing a violin, and then there was a homeless guy, and they were all like lined up against a building together. And I remember Greg Glassman saying, your only value, I'm probably going to screw it up, your only value as a human being is what your contribution is to other human beings. He said, at the end of the day, that's all that you are, what your contribution is to other human beings. That video has a couple of poignant moments like that, where Matt says, like, so many people have done so much good stuff for him in his life, specifically around this chapter of his life with the launch of the headquarters in Vermont, that he's looking forward to paying it forward.
He does with what we do too. I don't think a lot of people realize that is, Matt. I mean, he's very entrepreneurial. He wants to explore business and continue to grow, but he didn't necessarily need to do this. He had done really well. So, sometimes I felt like that was, for me, but it isn't. I mean, he really is enjoying this part of it. What I've really watched over the last 6 months too is now we have our building, and he's able to be more of a coach in person with people. There's more stability around our coaching system, and he's good at it, and he's thriving and enjoying it. It's been fun, again, helping people. He's having a blast with it. It's really, really been fun to watch. Particularly that, but just kind of what's transpired around this. I don't think March of 21, 22, when we were launching the app, we would have ever thought we'd be where we're at today. In headquarters, 15 full-time employees.
Wow.
People all over the world. Inspired really by what our ethos is, because there's just so many different ways to train. We're having fun, honestly. It's been a blast. We're looking at more ways to be, more. I mean, we in CrossFit would call it scalable, but it's meeting more people where they're at. I mean, it sounds so salesy, but it's true. Like we're really just trying to build more things so that if somebody's on the road, they can go on our app and just find a little plot of land and do our sweat program. Convert it to body weight. I mean, and Matt's inspired all that. He just he really is charged up by all of the stories. He's like, let's charge, let's spend more time, money, hire more people so that we can continue to do this, because it fires me up every day.
Do you guys have a North Star? I had Ben Bergeron on here the other day. Kudos to him for coming on here and just it was an awesome podcast. He was truly incredible. And basically he told of his journey in the, I don't remember the exact time frame, but basically he wanted to go a certain way with comp train, and he kind of lost his way for a split second and had to bring it back. Do you guys have a, the big story, I guess, example of that is when Steve Jobs came back to Apple the second time, and he reduced the SKUs from whatever it was, 242 back down to 7. Like, whoa, guys, back over here. Not, do you guys have with this growth, is it hard, to use Greg's word, not to stop and pick up the shiny objects? Like, do you have if someone's like, oh my God, I have this incredible idea for a fucking spoon that serves the Podium drink absolutely perfect. And you're like, yo, we're not in this fucking spoon business, but it's so tempting because it's like the coolest spoon ever, for, you know what I mean? Self-washing, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it isn't hard because, I mean, through my experience and Matt, we're so aligned on, what we do has to line up with our brand, our culture, our ethos, our core values are show up, work hard, make yourself proud. We tie everything back to that, and people have to align with that. Anything we've done, like Scott Stallings is a perfect example. People saw golf and they're like, what are you doing? Well, we're, putting something out that we're incredibly proud of, with somebody we're proud of, that is at his core aligned with everything we are and who we are and what we do. Easy, super easy, and whatever.
So Scott Stalling is the epitome of that. If he didn't exist, there wouldn't be HWPO Golf.
Zero, no chance. And I've spent enough time out on tour. I helped Noble with their relationship with the PGA Tour to understand fitness and golf and training. And there's a lot of work to be done there. Who knows, from a business perspective, how long it takes to actually, win. What we've learned with that is, people in our space, CrossFit, training is the sport. Now we're once removed, right? So people need to hit golf balls. They need to learn how to chip and putt better. So training takes on a different role, and it's a harder sell, especially to that crowd. You know, you get a lot of people that are super successful, type A, you know, running around with business, play golf on the weekends, weekend warriors, party, don't necessarily take care of themselves. It's coming. You know, the golfer looks different today. But yeah, I mean, that anything we do goes back to that. Scott's a perfect example of it, honestly. And yeah, we've had, like, it is interesting. We've been inundated with that, what you just described, the spoon, you know. And in the beginning, yeah,
Thank you for going back to that and validating my question. I appreciated that. I really did, by the way. I'm serious.
I gotta remember. I gotta remember where.
Thank you. I like that. That was good. It was good. I was like, "Fuck, was that a horrible metaphor?" And like that he couldn't relate
No,
to.
it
But
was.
no, I'm glad you got it. Okay.
I get. But yeah, I mean, we get, and I'm sure others do in the space. I mean, we're you know, yeah, we get a lot of reach out and opportunity. And it's really humbling. It's awesome, but we have to, like, we're pumped. We've pumped the brakes a little bit on new sports, new products. You know, we have so much work to do on the stuff we already have. So it's we're you know, we're trying to, you know, really right now. So our big themes for this year were like meet people where they're at. You know, and gather our community more, do more things for people that trust us and train with us, provide more value. Matt wants, we tell our staff all the time, I want people to subscribe to our platform and feel like they're robbing us. And that's, you know, we try to work on that daily. You know, how can we do more with what we have to provide better value? And so we're working on showing up, like we're going to be a games partner, for instance. You know, there's your announcement. We haven't announced that yet, Samuel.
What does that mean to be a games partner? What does that mean to be a games partner?
You know, and then we're not exclusive. There'll be other programming partners, but you know, we're a programming platform partner. We'll have, you know, we'll run workouts on site. You know, we'll have signage. We're going to have a big activation booth, you know, where people can come and interact with our staff. We'll have some merchandise. We're actually going to do a really unique activation. We're going to tattoo people. So we have an insane amount of people that come to events and show us HWPO tattoos. So Matt's brother is a tattoo artist, Jesse. Great story too. Lost a lot of weight after going to the CrossFit Games and being inspired by how fit the crowd was in 2016.
I remember seeing him coming down onto the field when Matt won the games. I was like, yo, we got some random punk rock guy running onto the court. Security, get him.
Yeah, Jesse's awesome. He's gonna come and tattoo people for a few days. If they want an HWPO tattoo. It started to get out a little. We already have like a ton of reach out, so it'll be completely full. We're just trying to figure out how to go about it. But if you do that, you're a lifetime member for free.
Wow. Holy shit.
You gotta give people something for it.
Wow.
I think Matt and I will probably, I don't know, he hasn't committed to it. I'll probably be first in the chair, you know, lead from the front.
Where are you going to get it? On your cheek right here?
Everybody says I have, you know, HWPO tattooed on my ass. I might as well do it, right?
Yeah. Is that where you're going to put it, on your ass?
No, I'll probably put it somewhere like inside one of my arms or something.
Okay. I would want to make one unsolicited recommendation.
Let's go.
When you tell people that you're going to partner with the games, be super duper clear. So jackass pundits like me, although I haven't weighed in on the Proven thing, the Proven announcement I think went completely sideways. Because there wasn't enough detail, like what you just said. Hey, we're going to do workouts. Like what's activation mean? We're going to have a booth and people can work out and you can come get a tattoo and you can meet Matt and we're going to have some signage up. So when the events are going, people can see our signage and we're paying for some signage. And that's what I mean by be a partner. And we're hoping that they ask us to do more. We would love it if Matt could actually do something with Dawnfall. Because I think what people do is I haven't talked to a lot of people. I'm just projecting my own shit. But I think when people hear that Proven is a partner with CrossFit, they get like freaked out because they want CrossFit to still be, you know what I mean? It's like they want CrossFit to still be its own thing. And then they don't realize that it's, they start speculating, right? Like no one wants to hear, as much as they love Tia and Shane, they don't want Tia and Shane taking over the seminars. And there was something in their press release that says they're going to be doing seminars there. And it's just got weird. It turned in. So I just, whenever you announce
We
it, I
are
would just,
not going to be doing seminars. We don't. Yeah, it's a great.
do you know what I mean? Like I would just,
That's a
I
great
would be
point.
clear so people don't run, because people just love to just and go to the negative.
We do a
The fear.
lot of work at events. I give CrossFit a lot of credit for this. I think last year we did a lot of stuff offsite. And
HW on one butt cheek, PO on the other. Great suggestion.
Perfect. The CrossFit even come and said, hey, we have an on-site affiliate. It'd be great to, maybe run a class or two here. And I think that was sort of the start of it. And I give them a lot of credit because it is definitely something that I think a lot of people will look at. And once they see, I think will accept it and understand it. We have a great understanding with them. Worked a lot with Don in general since he started. And I'm excited to do more and be a catalyst for how programming platforms can do more work with CrossFit and it not be something people get skittish around or wiggy about. But yeah, I mean, we do this at events. Like my favorite part of what we do at events is, stuff you never really see, which is work out with volunteers. Like that crew is insane and they need to have better experience. We need to keep them coming back. So, we get up at 4:35 in the morning and at Wodapalooza and Madrid CrossFit Championship, like all those events, and go and work out with hundreds of volunteers. And, that's the type of stuff we'll try to do here, as well as, some spectator workouts, and we have great staffers that, have expert knowledge, that will, put on stages to talk about what they do and how they do it. So, yeah. And what you said is most important. And we just talked to them to like launch our partnership, make sure we're not making any mistakes, going places we shouldn't. Said that, like, if there's more we can do to make sure spectators, volunteers have a great experience, we are all in on that, all in. So we're gonna see it. We're all gonna try it. They are too. It's not just us, sending caution in the wind. We're gonna try a games partnership. I give them the CrossFit a lot of credit. Like, you've been around it way longer than me. That's a big step, to say, hey, let's have programming partners, and doing it with, us, Proven and Mayhem. Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal because I know, if you look at the, the core CrossFit side, people will be like, hey, what are we doing here? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I can only speak for us. Like, I think it's, and we want feedback too. I think it will be really obvious. It's just to create a better experience for people that attend the game.
This is a great suggestion. It's a little bold. HWPO on one cheek and let the butthole be the O. It's incorporating like parts of the body as the lettering. Mr. O'Keefe, how is Mal O'Brien was one of your athletes, CrossFit darling. Tia gets pregnant. Everyone expects Mal to win. Pressure mounts. Very young. So much attention, right? Amazing. Followed from one training camp to another. Always people weighing in on what she's doing. As we approach the big event, she makes a post that says, hey guys, I need some time off. Then we saw the documentary come out, and the documentary shows some even further insight. By the way, I thought the documentary is fucking amazing. Someone said to me, hey, I think Matt's in it too much. And I said, I think Matt's not in it enough. And they said, well, what do you mean? And I said, this isn't Matt Fraser, 5 times games champion we're seeing. That guy's been in a lot of competition movies. This is fucking Matt Fraser, the coach. And you got to really see the stress he's wearing on his face in this movie. I mean, he doesn't even look like himself. How is that? How's Mal, whatever you can tell us, and then how has that affected the entire camp moving forward as we approach the games? Mallory O'Brien.
Mallory is great. If we're, summarizing, I'm really proud of her. We all are. I think it's been, obviously people don't have a lot of info on it, and that's really due to
And that's
it
fine.
being,
No one deserves
yeah.
it, by the way. I'm just asking. No one has any
No, I'm
right to
happy
it. No
to
one has right
share.
to it. No one has right to the information.
Yeah, well, you know, she's in charge, which is really important. I think that's not always been the case. And really what's been fun is, you know, her taking control of her life and making decisions that, you know, are best for her. She takes counsel. I think she's just as traditionally always taken way too much. You know, it doesn't matter what I want for her or Matt does or, you know, anyone really. Like her, by the way, she has incredible parents. You know, I've learned, you know,
That's good to hear. That's good to hear because that is one person we haven't heard from, and there's been speculation. She does have incredible parents.
dude, I mean, epic. Like I am, you know,
I think James
Nicole,
Townsend told me that last month too. He was on the show and he said her great
they're
support from her
rocks.
parents. Yeah.
And,
Okay.
you know, you know, they're very close friends. We've stayed all close and gotten closer through this. But just, you know, man, how hard is it to
You
watch
did
your
get closer
kid?
through this. You have gotten
Yeah,
closer through this. You haven't
a
parted
lot
ways. That's a
closer.
good tidbit. So she
Yeah,
hasn't. Okay.
I talk to Mallory every day.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay. That makes me happy to
Matt
hear that.
does, Sammy does. And, you know, it's transitioned to, you know, it's been really important to us. I think like when she left to go home, we love Mal, like as a person. It was like, shit, I hope that she doesn't push this in us away, you know, through her process. Cause man, she's a light in our life. It's been the reverse. It's just been amazing. You know, but yeah, her family's amazing. Mal's doing great. You know, she's being a 19-year-old kid, which I think, you know, was really the intent here is like, you know, reground and, you know, retool and sort of, you know, do some work and see where you're at. And she, man, doing great. I'm really like, you know, she represented herself on social last week, which was really cool. Yeah, she just do honestly, I'm not trying to dance around it. I think everybody has made their assumptions of what's going on, and it's fair for people to, you know, and she's been like half forward about it. I'm excited for her to people to see her and her to talk about it and her to narrate a lot of this herself. She's man, I mean, from what I saw in pre-semifinals to today, it's yeah, I mean, it's hard to watch somebody you love not be happy and thrive. And, you know, especially, I mean, come on, she was, I mean, and you know, you talk to competitors too, her competitors. I mean, she was ahead, you know, it wasn't like, I mean, it was really easy for all of us to say, like, well, she was going to win. There's a lot involved in that, but she passed that up to take care of herself. And that's some heady stuff for anyone, never mind a 19-year-old kid. You know, and then, you know, her parents willing to watch her sometimes suffer because that was what was best for her to kind of feel this out. And man, I couldn't, the people around her, including Matt and Sammy and, you know, all, you know, all the support she has from friends and family. I mean, it's been a pretty cool, uplifting thing to be a part of. And I think that people would be surprised to hear that, considering Mal didn't compete, and we are so focused on the sport, and you know what their results are. It was really eye opening for me. You know, I've been in this for 10 years. I mean, I did it with Matt, and by the way, like I watched Matt, you know, you know, go through really how hard this is and life on top, and every year is a mounting piece of pressure. It's like, okay, well, you won 3, you can't go back. Well, you can, but you gotta, if you don't win, you know, 4 and you're chasing something, it's like, you know, starting over is like, okay, I'm all set, you know.
I mean, somewhere it's revealed that after his 4th victory, he was going to tap, and you guys had a tap's not the right word. Sorry. At 4, he was going to celebrate and be like, I fucking did it, which is crazy. And then you guys had a powwow, and you basically said, hey, dude, you have to. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And I
it.
assume he's glad. I'm assuming he doesn't. I'm assuming he's never sent you a note and been like, "Hey, dude, you're a fucking asshole for pushing me."
I hate you.
Yeah. I'm assuming, you know what I mean? I'm assuming he's never said even anything remotely like that, right? He's never been
I had a similar moment with Mallory here. We all did, you know, where it was like, hey, it's hard to, you know, I said something to Matt that I thought could potentially damage our relationship there, right? It's
right.
like,
You have to take some risk. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
So I did. And, you know, he essentially took the time to make that decision, and create, the reason why or why not himself. But he took, advice from a lot of people around that. Yeah, he's incredibly grateful he did that. I think it's like really, I think things that could potentially have been like, damn, to him after only doing it 4 times. Yeah, only, that's such a terrible way to present that. Having done it 4 times, I think, there's a lot of garbage with that he threw away, honestly. So he's really, I mean, he's really happy he did it. The same for Mal though. It was like, she had to, encounter a lot of things that were uncomfortable. And man, she's a stud. Like she did it just like she did CrossFit, she just like hit it head on. And yeah, today, I mean, she's like having a great weekend for the 4th with friends, and we're gonna see her soon. She's gonna, be in our area soon enough, and I'm psyched to see her. So she's doing really
Is
good.
she coming to the games, Matt?
I don't know. I mean, I would, haven't even broached the subject. I mean, people would be surprised to hear this. Like, there is not any conversations around CrossFit and competing and like what she's doing, and her partners have been incredibly supportive. It's been awesome, honestly. It's just like, hey, Mal, go do Mal, and like really, do what you need to do to be, your best. And so I don't know. I mean, I don't, if she wants to, great. I think that would be hard if I'm guessing. I think it's
I think it'd be crazy hard. I think it'd be harder to go now than it would be to have competed. I mean, I don't know her situation. When you say you took a risk that could have damaged the relationship, we had a guy on the show last night called John Hackelman. He was Chuck Liddell's coach, and he's Glover Teixeira's coach now. And so he's arguably the greatest MMA coach who ever lived. And he said that at one point he was so tired of basically seeing, in 2000, I can't remember, he was so tired of seeing his fighters get hurt that he didn't want to do it anymore. And he went over, and he was in Florida, and he went over to his buddy Tony Robbins' house, and he went, and Tony started crying on Tony Robbins' shoulder. And Tony's like, "Hey, quit being a bitch. Don't take on any more clients and finish what you fucking committed to your first fucking to the clients that you have remaining." And
super cool.
And I was like, wow, that's kind of a bold move to. Was it that kind of risk you took with Matt? Like, did you give him one of those? Hey, dude,
Yeah, I mean,
being a bitch, like you have 80.
It's easy to just agree with. It's easy to just agree. I mean,
you mean to be a yes man?
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
when you find, and the way Matt and I are uniquely wired very similarly. And I think it's so I understand him, and I knew even now understanding him that it was even more risky. It's just,
like why? Because he could have thought you were betraying him. I know loyalty is really important to Matt. He would have felt like you were betraying him with what you said. Can you share with us what you said or no? I mean,
I just said I thought he would regret it. I thought that, I know that when we started this and he did that, it was never like with his sights on anything. But I think that what I saw was transitionally, he started to like love the game and want to be, things within the game, which was early on. It was like, honestly, he would tell you day one was a financial move. It was like, hey, I can go make some money doing something I'm good at.
He wanted to live into it. He wanted to move into get his prize money, move into a cabin, and never see us again. That's what he said on the show.
And he like evolved into, it's like a movie scene where the like person's like trying to fight. It's not like who they really are now, and like he cared deeply about success and medals because it was fun, and it was he was chasing greatness, and so I was I think he was really tired, and mentally and physically he's really beat up. I mean, can only imagine. The training's wild. And I just said, hey dude, like I think I never forget, I was on an airplane and Shane called me, and he was like, dude, what is going on? And I said, what do you mean? He said, Matt just said he's done on a phone call with me. And he's like, I'm like, okay. Like, what did he say? He's like, hey, I asked him about getting back into training. And he's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm even doing this anymore. So we talked that next week, and I was just like, hey, like you can do whatever you want, obviously. And he asked what I thought, and I just said, I think that you'll regret it. I do. Like, you're so far ahead, and you are, in my mind, the greatest to ever do this. Like, and the one thing that potentially could sit out there that people could then say, like, well, but, like, just take care of it, and I think it'll bring a lot of joy to your life. And he always, at that point was like reflective on, like, my kids, like, what do they see, and like stories for them. It'd be a great story for your kids, and the risk is, yeah, it's like, hey, I'm involved in him with him from a business perspective. Like, you can potentially, and I do this, and he does this. It's like, spin it to think anything of it. It's like, well, of course you want me to compete again. I'm the greatest ever. Like, you're tied to my business, like all this other stuff. You can get in a dark hole real fast, right?
Right.
It's funny. Like, the more I've been involved in a lot of these kids' lives, and like what I do now, in general in the space, it's man, you have to. I mean, it's my responsibility to do things like that, or I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So you have to
To have the hard honest conversations.
It is. It still doesn't make it ever easier. Like, I would tell you on a weekly basis, I have things before me where I'm like, geez, like, this is tough. Like, it's a pivotal moment. I do learn over and over again. Tough conversations are way easier than you think they are. Communications, is literally just glorious to relationships. The more open you are and direct, the more you thrive. I continue to learn that with my team now, but with Matt, our relationship, now business owners together, that was a risk, huge risk, like massive, and it's like so cool. We are thriving in that relationship together. It's improved our personal relationship in a great way. We've had hard moments too, like where accountability from him to me to him. It's it then, when I reflect on my life, it's like, I don't have anybody I've ever been closer with, and it's because of that. You just like get in super
Wow.
shitty adverse moments,
Wow.
and you figure shit out together. That creates diamonds. It's like pressure.
Here's the interesting thing too, though. It's not wrong to say, hey, Matt, it'll be better for the business if you win 5. For some reason, people think like that's like a bad thing to say, or like, hey, that girl only likes me for my car. Like, it's not that it's bad. It just, it's not that it's bad. There's this mischaracterization of people using you, using someone or using something has gotten such a bad.
Just need to communicate about it, though.
Yeah, like if you started getting into heroin, you and Matt would drift ways.
Right.
You would see how shallow your relationship is. For some reason, he's not going to tolerate Matt with a bunch of needles coming over, shooting up on his couch and a kid in the house. He's just not. You're going to see he's not as tolerant as you thought. You know what I mean? It's like, it's interesting. I want to go back to Mal one more time.
Mm-hmm.
In the movie, there's some really poignant moments between Matt and Mal. And it was the same things that I think we heard coming out of the Mayhem camp with Rich when he would talk about Haley. And although when Rich talked about it with Haley, it wasn't in the pressure cooker situation. He's in the comfort of his own gym. But he basically says, yo, this girl's fucking overtraining. And we heard that over and over and over. And then we really see, like, I think I saw something really revealing in that movie where Matt's like, yeah, this fucking girl won't stop training. And to the point where she'll be like, yeah, I'm okay, when she's not okay. Are there parallels to their story, to Haley and Mal's stories? Like when we hear it, as it flushes out over the next couple of years, are we going to see parallels?
I'm sure. I mean, first of all, they're thick as thieves. They're very close, the two of them. Yeah, of course. I think there's different things going on there, overall, but yeah, for sure there's going to be common threads. Yeah, I think you heard in the film, for those who haven't watched it, is a moment where Matt talks about Mallory.
Danielle Brandon had the same thing, Keefe. Matt tells a story of her passing out while working out. We had Danielle Brandon on the show, and she fucking passed out because she fucking wasn't eating enough because she was trying to restrict herself to 1,900 fucking calories a day. And finally, someone had to slap her. She's like, yeah, someone had to fucking slap me around. Be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, Ferrari. You need to put more food in. I love DB.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. So
I guess athletes. I guess life is no one's reinventing the wheel too. There is that's got to be hard for you also, right? In a way, you have to be there for Mal or be there for your athletes, but in a way, you kind of already know a bunch of stuff that they don't know, and they're living their story for the first time. You're like the old guy who knows some shit.
now, yes, and like that's come up quite a bit of late, especially with this, which is just kind of like. And by the way, she has that respect for us, me, Matt. Tell me what to do. You guys know how this story plays out. It's I see things that she's going through that Matt went through. He talked about it with her too. Yeah, but I think a big why for us in this whole thing was, hey, no, we're not telling you what to do. We'll definitely give you our experience and how that might help you, but nobody's telling you what to do. You're making your own decisions. I think that's been like a big moment for her. Is like, I'm in charge. She did a lot of what people just told her to do for a long time. So yeah, I mean, you're referencing a moment when Matt discussed basically that she passed out. Well, what she did was that Mal has no off switch in a great way for what.
Isn't there some diagnosis in humans where there's some humans that don't feel pain? Could she have that? One of those people, you know what I mean? Like you'll see it on 60 Minutes. So-and-so cannot feel pain, and they put a nail through their hand. Like, do you think she has that? Have you ever heard that?
He was saying that in that clip. He was like, I don't think she feels pain because she broke her lungs. She basically went so hard on an echo bike that she gave herself bronchitis. And she was then now trying to come back quickly, not getting diagnosed. In the long and short of it, she was passing out. Like she went out on a run with Jake Marconi, came back, and her elbows and knees were all cut up. And Matt's like, what the hell is that? He's like, dude, she just passed out in the middle of the run. So yeah, she's special. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's like she goes places nobody does. And I saw Matt. I've seen Matt do that. Honestly, I mean, Matt's done some crazy stuff to himself to be the best. It's I don't want to say that that's what it takes, but I don't know. I've got
but that's what it takes.
I've got a few experiences with it in my career. Seeing Katrin, Matt, now Mal, I was around Tia, most of her career as well. So I think it's just I mean, those guys go at it that way.
What do you think the chances are that maybe Katrin come on the show for 10 or 15 minutes and I say hi to her sometime?
I would love that. We've talked about it, and I think she's gonna. I think she's gonna do it. She was gonna watch us today.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be very cool. I'm gonna be very cool.
I would love that. I would love that.
I just want to test the waters. I just want to build just a tiny bit of trust. Just like hi, fucking crazy. Congratulations. Can you walk us through about how? I'll probably ask her about how she didn't make the games and then came back and won, and now she's done that again. Can you walk us through the parallel of these two experienges?
I'd love you guys to talk about it. You've seen a lot of that history.
I'll keep it really kind of superficial and chill at first, and then like not in a bad. No, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but you know what I mean. And then we can both kind of be like, okay.
I think it's interesting. This goes back to something, not to get, and I'm not avoiding that. I think it would be great that you guys talk. I've told her that. And that honestly, I think it would be great. You talked about something earlier. Somebody was bringing up, things that I think you might disagree with me on. And I want people to hear that here, which is, we're not always like you wouldn't always use this as a platform to like, expose, what you don't like about somebody. But you and I, like, if we don't agree, we talk about it. Like, that's the way the world works. So,
you handle me really well too. I'll just like fucking 3 a.m. send you fucking 2 paragraphs of me just fucking angry.
It's fine.
But that's real. You're always pretty cool. You're always been cool. You've never been like, real. Hey, shut up.
It's super real. Like I mean, is it like I get fired up all the time, like you're passionate. It's not like misguided at that point. It's just like, hey, I don't like this about what you are doing or said. I want to talk about it. So
Heidi Kroom, Katrin on Podium this year. Mark my words. I'd love to see that. That would be fucking crazy. I would love to see
it. Would be pretty cool.
I'd be pretty happy if she won the games too. I think it would be like, I think if she won the games or Danielle Brandon won the games, it would be incredible for the games. It would be a crazy story to tell again about a girl who didn't make it to the games and then one time and then came back and won and then did it again. It kind of puts her in I don't mean to take anything away from Matt, Rich, or Tia, but it puts her in or Annie, but it puts her in a weird, rarefied air if you do that. She'll have her own story that you could argue that she has no peer. I don't know if you could say she's the best, but you could say that, like, hey, no one's ever gonna do that.
That is what's
almost she's almost fun. Already there. If she makes the podium, she can almost say that, hey, there's Katrin now is like second best of all time.
That's cool to hear. I am so proud and, enjoying so much being around her more now with her being a part of our camp, which is a big step. Kat and I were talking about this
because it was just to put perspective, because you were her agent, but she was with Comp Train, and now you're her agent, and she's also with HWPO where you hang your hat as CEO.
Correct.
Okay. You're still her agent? That's fair to say?
Yeah, Daniel Robbins helps with her on a daily basis as well. So I don't want to say that I do that on my own. I am a part of that with her. Yeah. We were in Colombia and doing an event down there, Fitland. And I remember, at the game, she had approached Matt and myself and said, hey, I want to talk about moving to HWPO. And Matt was like marinating on it. And we were going to have a call about it. And I remember before the call, he was doing his thing like he used to do when we would drive to the stadium. He was kind of like breathing heavy, where I'm like, oh God, he's like, what's wrong? He's like, man, this is nerve wracking. Like, she's incredible. She's one of the best ever. And this scares the shit out of me. And I was like, dude, we got this. I really believe it. It'll be a lot of fun. First of all, they're super, like, Matt is as close with Katrin as he has ever been anyone in the space, which then presents some challenges, but their coach athlete relationship's been beautiful. He's very direct with her. She's been more coachable than I've ever seen her. She's thriving and having fun. She's got a bump back in her step. But it was a scary step. Again, another moment where there could have been a lot of egg on my face for this one, because I was like, hey, I want to do this. Like, he did too, but he was just like, listen, we have such a beautiful relationship. Why are we going to ruin this?
Meaning that with Mal, with Hopper, with the elite athletes that you already have, and now you're bringing in another huge character.
And Katrin personally, right? So,
okay.
Sammy would travel with Brooks and Kat. Like, they go to the house in Idaho and hang out with them. Like, it's like, the risk Matt and I would have taken now getting in business together. Like, you're taking a step that could be, tough on your relationship. But every one of those little pieces that we have, and now, like, we work with friends, long time. Jake Marconi's been a long time friend. He's thriving. Harry Palley's a long time friend. These guys all do a great job. We've done a great job with, professional and personal, and our personal relationships have thrived. That situation more than any. Kat is thriving, and whatever her result is, I know it will be the best her result can be, because she's happy. She's getting everything out of every moment. It's been really fun to watch. Her and Jason beating each other up on a daily basis. That is a really fun thing to watch. They're very competitive with each other, which is really awesome. And so yeah, it's been a blast, honestly. I can't wait to see how that whole thing plays out. I mean, she's coming to swing for the fences. She's going to throw it out there, and you're going to see the Kat everybody's watched back, just kind of with bounce. And she might have some events where it might look like she's down, but she comes back swinging. She's a fighter. She plays till the end. I mean, that's what it takes. So we'll see where it ends up.
Jake Chapman, Katrin looks like a cheetah was granted a wish to be a human. I think that's a compliment. Someone said that about me. I'll take that as a compliment.
I'll take it.
Keefe made Wodapalooza awesome for the local CrossFit community. We miss him.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
The guy over there now, I don't have to sing his praises probably because O'Keefe will do it, but the guy running the show now, Dylan, is a beast and a great guy. And I mean, you could basically say he is straight out of the O'Keefe lineage.
He's awesome. I really, that was an awesome moment being back this year, seeing him get, him being in charge of something that he's been at and helped from the beginning and helped.
There he is.
Helped birth. He's a stud. Honestly,
By the way, probably the best games on floor commentator who ever existed too. By the way, best voice, most attentive, most knowledgeable, like every category. He used to do it with Travis Bajent, and the two of them together were absolutely incredible. I'm surprised. I don't know if he has the time. I can't believe he really is the best at that. I don't think he has a peer there, to be honest.
I don't think anybody is. I mean, we have a lot of great people that do that in our space.
Right.
His voice just hits different for me. Matt, same. People, there are a lot of people that have moments that they tie back to his voice. I ended his emceeing career.
Oh, really? By bringing him over to Wodapalooza? Yeah,
well,
emceeing,
he was there.
Yeah.
Do you remember the year that they let the broadcast go? We did Spanish that year, like everybody could broadcast, and we ran a Spanish broadcast, and he was on to MC that year, and I was like, dude, like I have no idea how he's so important to everything we do. I'm like, I don't know how we do this without you being a part of that, and you're on the floor, because like if you're on the floor, you're out, like you're not gonna have any time. And it was it was tough. Another moment referencing back to like challenging moments of relationships, and I think he resented me for a bit for it, but we're great friends today.
Well, that's interesting you say that. He's not a he's camera shy and averse to attention. So it is kind of interesting that he would be a floor MC. I'm not saying he's not. It's not just that he's humble. He is averse. He does not want attention. He does not want to come on this show. I mean, I talk with him as much as I talk with him. I don't know. Like if I text him, me and him will text for an hour straight back and forth, cracking. But the second I'm like, hey, can you come on the show? Or he's like, I'll find someone else to do it. I mean, he's not a attention guy.
He hates it.
Yeah.
I wish he would. More people would learn a lot from him. He's a stud. I'm really proud of him. This year was amazing. Wodapalooza got better. I learned a lot from him. We learned a lot from each other. He's thriving. He really is. I mean, the sky's the limit for him with whatever he does.
How are you on time?
I'm great. Literally looking at the ocean here. So
okay. Before I ask you another hard question, let me give you a little handy. The Podium. I saw Tommy Marquez. I was watching Talking Elite Fitness, and he did a commercial for Podium, and it is fucking brilliant. You can make your own supplement. You can make an a la carte supplement. You can pick the flavor. You can put in like the creatine or the meth or the whatever you fucking want, and have this shit sent to your house. That's crazy.
Super cool.
Are you guys just? Is that crazy popular? I would think that would. I mean, that's kind of like done. It seems like that's a done deal. Once you can do that,
the founder.
It just seems like a win as fuck. Like just like you won.
It is super cool. They're that group. Just so people know too. Like I think it's really important for me to, because I don't want to take credit. Like I have very little to do with Podium other than they're a partner at HWPO. I manage Matt. Matt is an owner of Podium. I don't own any of that.
You don't own any of Podium?
No.
I'm sorry to hear that. I apologize.
Yeah, me too.
On your behalf, I'm sorry.
But the boys, Heber and Marston, Matt, Paul now too, all close friends. And we're partnered at HWPO with them heavily. We're doing some really cool stuff, launching some cool stuff with them. But Paul is stud. He's been around a long time in that space. Learned. I mean, he was with Nutrabolt Cellucor on the front end of that success. I mean, that's one of the most successful supplement stories in history. Like their product or not, from a business perspective, massive, right? Ghost. He was a founder of Ghost, and now this, and he gets it. He gets this community too. He's like, one of the coolest things is he come from outside and he really dug in here and learned it and loved it and wanted to be a part of it and understood, the right approach here to, the right way to show up. But those guys are awesome. I mean, they're doing such a great job. The marketing's crazy cool and it's so authentic. It's like really, they brought a really cool set of Matt out through that, which is real, Matt being goofy and having fun. Justin Medeiros, like the stuff that they've done with that. Yeah, that feature is, I mean, I think that's explosive.
Yeah, the a la carte feature. As soon as I saw that, I was like, all right, they won. Like, that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. Well, congratulations, and I'm sorry that you're not a part owner. I wouldn't have brought it up if I didn't. No, it's great. Okay, now back to the hard questions.
Before you ask me a hard question,
it's not even hard, by the way.
Somebody on our team texted me, and we were talking about all that CrossFit stuff and partnership. They were like, "Hey, don't forget to tell them that you affiliated." So we affiliated our gym.
Oh,
I think that's important. I saw somebody in the comments. I was watching you guys earlier, and asked, is a HWPO an affiliate? Well, not the programming platform. I think it's important to decipher. But that gym that we opened in Vermont, our headquarters, is Hard Work Pays Off CrossFit. So that is affiliated.
And can people actually work out there?
Today, it's not open to the public. We will do things for sure there. We've, funny enough, when we launched, it did show up on the affiliate map, and Harry Pally's phone number was attached, and there were hundreds of phone calls day one. I think, we built it to, build a place for our pro members that are training to go to the games to come and train. Also, our members at times will do events like Sammy just did an event called Bump Sweat. She had 20 pregnant women come work out with her.
My wife and I did Bump Sweat 2 nights ago. You better get that trade. You better get that trademarked.
She says we'll do a lot of that. We have an event coming up in the winter where we're going to gather our members up in Vermont, and we'll do things there. But yeah, we'll do more and more and open it up. But today, yeah, it's not open to the public. But we did affiliate our gym. That was important to us.
Why? Why was it important to you?
That what we do at our core is CrossFit, and I'm excited about them as an organization. I want to contribute. It's funny. It started with Paul Tremblay, when he was involved, and he knew we were opening the gym, through all those changes. And
is he part of your team? Does he work for HWPO? Oh, okay.
No. He just was a part of the North American affiliate team, I believe. He ran North American affiliates. He's like, "Hey, will you affiliate?" I was like, yeah. I mean, sure. Let's talk about it. And built a good relationship with Don, and he excites me. Just no nonsense, and has a great,
Is Don no nonsense? He's very open-minded.
Yeah,
it concerns me how open-minded and nice he is. I like a little asshole. I like a little Dave Castro. Sprinkle a little Matt Fraser in there. I like a little bit. Matt. Matt's fucking
yeah.
I like someone with boundaries. Sometimes I think Don is like too nice. Like hey.
I don't think that at all. Through
okay, good. All right.
He does everything he says he's going to do. He's not wishy-washy. He's not,
I agree with all that. He's very nice. He's very open. He takes a lot of feedback. I'm not a fan of too much feedback.
Sound, decisions that aren't all, they're best for what he knows.
Okay.
That doesn't mean they're best for an athlete or what he thinks of everybody in it. I'm just excited, and I think it's important. It's it's been if we look
normal,
at
he's normal too. By the way, he's not. He's all those things, and he's just
awesome.
He's a very normal human being. He's like a healthy human being. There's a lot of weirdos in our space. He's very healthy.
You could bring him home to mom. He loves CrossFit. Like every Tuesday does a hero WOD at the gym he's at. Like he loves to throw down. I've worked out with him a bunch of times. He's awesome. Yeah, honestly. Like
not too open-minded, not too nice. No, you had any fights with him yet?
No.
Oh,
you don't need to. I don't have fights with anybody.
You don't fight? You don't ever fight with your wife?
Disagree.
Okay. All right.
But the CrossFit thing for me is important. I mean, Matt's life, my life, Harry's life, Sammy's life, Jake's life, everybody I go down our list on our team, Jason's life, Katrin, all changed because we walked through the door of an affiliate. It'd be ignorant of us to not recognize that and
Well, Matt's did
want to
not
be a
because
part.
he
Want to
walked
be
through an affiliate. Matt's because he pulled up in a stoplight next to an affiliate owner, which I learned from the video I watched today on HWPO.
so true.
Matt pulled up next to a guy at a stoplight and he said, "Hey, you should come into my gym." And that began the legend of Matt Fraser.
So true. Right. Literally, that is like a mile from now our building, Champlain Valley CrossFit.
Crazy.
So super cool. But yeah, I mean, it's who we are at our core. We train CrossFit. Our people train CrossFit. We're part of the sport. And again, back to that, like, I walked through the door of an affiliate in my hometown and my life changed. And, I had a great coach, taught me things the right way. And they taught me CrossFit and, that's what we do. We want to, be a part of it. And it was important to us.
Dave was on the show a few months ago when he was still allowed to come on. And he mentioned he mentioned I'm just making that up, by the way. He's probably still allowed. He mentioned that Fraser had invited him up to Vermont. And
True.
I saw that as I know that they are not enemies, but they're maybe the siblings who put the tape in the line of the room and been like, "That's your half of the room. Stay over there." You know what I mean? I feel like they had kind of a little bit of that relationship going. One, is Dave coming up there? Is Dave scheduled to come up there? And how are things with Dave and Matt?
He's pretty busy right now. So I think it'd be tough for him to come.
Both of them.
Dave.
Dave. Oh, yeah. Both of them. Yeah.
Pre-game.
How's your relationship with Dave? Throw that in the answer too. Okay, go ahead.
I think that's unrealistic before the games, but yeah, I hope that happens. And they had been working on it, and then Dave, got a new role, and obviously that's going to be hard before the games. Yeah, I'm excited.
Did Matt invite him up there because he had insight before all of us that Dave would be running the games? Oh shit! That's known for months.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Just checking. We're ending rumors. Okay, we're ending. We're not starting. We're guys cauterize that one. That one is not true.
This is where rumors go to die.
Yeah. Okay. So he
Matt
obviously invited him up for a reason, right? Like, whether it be just pure benevolence, but maybe to start a new chapter, maybe with him.
But that's Matt. Like, I think he looks at he's constantly analyzing his life and situations and people. And he and I were in Miami at the F1 race. Actually, we're just taking a break for a couple of days, chilling, which was a ton of fun. And he's like, "I'm going to hit him up. I want to sit down, talk to him about some things that maybe he and I haven't." And Dave was really receptive. I'm excited for that to happen. I'll let those two talk about it if they want to, but I'm excited for that. I'm proud that, that's where Matt's at in his life. I mean, and Dave too. Like, I think you're asking about my relationship with Dave. Like, it's relatively limited, but in the period of time where he was not there and now back, like, there's a couple points of contact that were great, honestly. And I've talked to Dave recently, and I'm excited about the future with him. I think he's, taken everything he's learned. And I think the 2.0 application, I think people need to give it a chance. And I think they're going to like what they see. I think Dave's a better leader today than he was before, from what I can tell.
Wow. Well, that's good news for all of us. I mean, I always thought he was a great leader, but to come back even better, I think is.
Yeah, that's not like,
awesome.
Hey, one thing people have to really reflect on with anybody is, sort of culture or, leadership or direction of the company at the different periods of time. And, nobody knows what it was like to be involved in it then or in the middle or now. So, I think it's, I'm all about second chances. That's like for me. And by the way, who the F am I in the grand scheme of things with all of it? Like, he doesn't have to appease me or any, it has nothing to do with me, but if he hears this, excited about it. I think that, from what I've heard from him, I saw him in Pasadena. It was really genuine. That was prior to him getting this job. It was, he seems like he's in a great place in his life and thriving, and he's ready for this.
I saw something the other day. I wish I could remember where I saw it. I'll read directly from it. Damn. But one of the things is don't live your life. When people do things to upset you, just don't attach those things to that person. Just keep being who you are. I guess in the most traditional sense, it's I don't know if Mother Teresa was the original person who said it, but Mother Teresa said, "Be nice to people because you're nice, not because they're nice to you." Right. So be who you are. Don't, like, someone cuts you off. That doesn't mean that now you have to change who you are. If you're a nice person, why are you letting that person affect you? And so, yeah, I hear a little bit about that and what you're saying about giving people second chances. Like if you did, yeah, it's important. It's important for, so that it's important for all of us as human beings to be happy, to have that in our mindset, to not hold grudges, to keep pushing forward, to let people, if you're mad at someone and you hold them in a box, you're kind of, you're as bad as they are, right? You're now holding them with this person is this person. You're not letting them free. You're almost setting them up for failure.
Man, that's also like, think about how, like, maybe when you're in it, you don't realize it. How I've been in it, like, how stressful that is. It's like it consumes you, dictates how you handle things current that come to you. Yeah, that, I don't know. Maybe I'm older and reflective and softer.
How old are you?
46.
Oh,
but I
you're
like
halfway.
where I'm at. Where yeah, I hope. I like where I'm at with that. Like, I don't. Yeah, I mean, if I've ever had a beef or a problem with someone, I've never been not willing to sit down and talk through it. And I'll tell you, like, batting damn near 1,000 when you do sit down and talk. Like, you don't always understand other people's perspective, and so that's what I've learned the most throughout my life is, 90% at least, if not more time of the time, you're reflecting on what you want to reflect on in those moments or things that you're, stressed about or angry about. There's definitely more to the story than what your mind creates and wraps itself around. So,
Well said.
and not to say that there's any of that with that, but it's just, yeah, I think it speaks to what you're talking about. Yeah, I think people deserve at least a second chance. Third, but definitely second.
You had this idea in the video of taking the size of Matt's old gym and putting tape on the floor in the new gym to show it. That is a brilliant idea. Have you guys done that yet?
We're trying to figure out where and how to best bring it. Like, we've been in this period with the gym where we're like, acquiring equipment and moving a bunch of stuff around to see where it sort of all settles. But that is something we're going to do. I think it's a great reminder for Matt too. When we had our opening and, we addressed everybody, it was a really important thing to address, like, right down the street, less than 200 square feet, this kid bled to be where he's at today. And look at where we're at now. There's 7,000 foot of gym space and 5,000 of office space. And, we didn't do that alone. And, but a lot of it's off the heels of his hard work. And, it's really cool to remind ourselves and people that come through. It's like, think about, and I don't think they're pampered, but like Jason walks in and like, that's his start.
Right.
I mean, he's got but it's like, and it's, it's the why behind that building too. It's like Matt wants to provide from a coaching, training perspective, facilities perspective, things that he didn't have for people. That's where he's thriving and having a blast. It's just, he walks into that building every day with an insane amount of pride that he was able to do this, you know, that he can do this, that this is real. It's not a stretch. It's like, I'm doing this for people because I couldn't, it's something that I didn't necessarily have for myself, or somebody couldn't do for me, not because they didn't want to, but he's taken every bit of his experience along the way and he's trying to make it better for everybody else coming forward with us.
And you guys have a place that you love being.
I can't
Crazy, huh?
even
Are you living in Vermont
explain.
now? Are you moving there?
No, but I'm there when I'm home, not traveling. I'm up there every week, and my stays are longer and longer. It is so fun being there. Our team is amazing. Our culture is awesome. We just thrive together. We obviously work remote. A lot of our team, there's like half the team up there. But when I'm there, I get the feels. It's such a blast. It's a pleasure. I have to pinch myself. It's real. We have so much fun, and then in the office alone, then you walk in the gym, and the vibe's amazing. It's really cool. We're so proud of it.
Matt's office, John George, Matt's office is bigger than his old training space.
Probably close.
Wow, that's crazy.
Probably pretty close. Yeah, it's yeah, it might be to like the number. It might be real close.
100% happy that you switched jobs. That must have been scary leaving Wodapalooza, leaving what you know. Changing is scary.
Yeah, I've gotten more comfortable with it when I took my first leap into starting Redline. This whole idea of like betting on myself became, more comfortable and real. It was. I've told people this. Like, I think what I'm doing today, and I probably said it about Wodapalooza. I think it's really what I've been working towards. It's the components of who I am as a person aligned with the values, and getting to build something which I really love with people I love, and particularly Matt and Sammy. That it was the three of us at the beginning. Matt and I before that, but particularly through most of it with Sammy. And it's really where I want to be. It was not hard. The yes to Matt saying, "Hey, would you leave your job to do this?" It was like, yes. I didn't even have to think it through and then think through the process at which it was a lot. The hard part, and I think what you're referencing was that I felt a little bit like I was kind of bailing on the Wodapalooza thing. That's just in my DNA. Like, I didn't want to leave it. I know I left it better than when I started. I knew I would. And it was really cool then to go back this year and just see it thrive. Like that to me, it was like, okay.
And
great.
people saw you as the Wodapalooza guy. There's also that. Outside of yourself, there's that projection, right?
Yeah.
Like in 10 years, people will see Matt as just a CrossFit Games coach. Do you know what I mean? There'll become a point when he's been a coach longer than he's been an athlete. And so like people, and that's got to also change. Like that changes how you fit in the world. Like people really saw you as the Wodapalooza guy, and now you're the HWPO guy. So it's like even how the world projects onto you changes.
I think that's a part of it too, is I think people have seen this as like really a natural fit. It makes a lot of sense. And that was like a big part of the response when I said I'm leaving and I'm going to do this. It was like, of course. And I think even when I said I was leaving and not doing this, people were like, yeah, he's going to HWPO. That's cool. Like, not that I like measure my decision making off of public opinion on things. It's with the people that I'm doing it with and love. I'm a pretty lucky guy. I'm fortunate. I've worked really hard, yes, but I've had a lot of luck along the way, and I've just gotten involved with the right people. I have incredible people around me. Matt, and Sammy, particularly with this, and our entire team. There's nothing I can say, but I am in the best place for me and with the best people for me. It's really awesome, honestly.
And he has a kid coming the week of the games. That is crazy.
It's so awesome.
Where's she having the baby at? Is she having the baby in Vermont?
She is, yeah.
So Matt, does Matt just gonna have a plane waiting on a tarmac somewhere?
We've got to figure out how we're going to get him out of there real quick. So we're in process right now. But
What is
hey,
the flight time between Vermont and Madison?
If it was direct, it's a couple hours max.
Okay, so I mean, you could pay 10 grand to have a plane take them just fucking door to door. I mean, if it's 2 hours.
Yeah, we got to figure that out here in the next couple of weeks. We've
I
already
mean, it's
been
not
thinking
pocket
about
change, but it's fucking a once in a lifetime thing. I wonder how, God, can you imagine the conversations they must be having now? Because
it's awesome.
it must be intense, dude.
I tell Sammy this on a daily basis.
It's like having too many good things happen at once. It really is. It's like
it's already had an incredible effect on both of them. Sammy's done pregnancy better than anybody I've ever been around. She's a huge part of our team and organization, still thriving, putting in long days, and so passionate about what we do. Her biggest concern is the distance she'll create through the birth of their child with our business. And we've figured that all out and how that period of time will be handled. But it's awesome. Matt is like, they're going to be great parents. He is like, that baby has him wrapped around its finger already. He's going to, I mean, I can't wait. I hope they take months off and don't do anything but that. And that's the goal. The two of them, I know how they're wired. It'd probably be hard to do that with them, but he's really excited. I mean, I think, this period of time is very stressful. I mean, it's coming fast, and he's going to coach at the games. He's going to coach Katrin. So, he's committed to that until, she
Coach Katrin and Jason? Coach Katrin and Jason? No.
No, he'll be directly on Katrin's coach's band at the games. So,
that must be stressful shit too, right? Like picking that out, talking to the athletes, being like, okay, who's Jason's? Marconi?
Jake, yep. Jake Marconi.
Wow. Does that put tension between the athletes? Like everyone wants Matt?
No, we just do a good job communicating.
Yeah,
I think there was like last year, there's always like, it's not even posturing, but it's like, who's with who. We just do a good job as a staff, making sure that, everybody's happy, and we tell them why. We try to tell them, hey, this is what we think is right, and listen back. So if Matt has to leave, I'll probably have to jump in with Kat, which, we have a lot going on at the games this year. So we hope Sammy holds off and we can get through that. But yeah.
What was the question I was just going to ask? It was a coaching. If Matt has to, so if the baby comes, Matt will go home. Is that what you were just insinuating? If it's like she starts having contractions and it's Sunday morning, he's out.
He's out,
and you step in.
Correct.
Holy cow! Yeah,
it could be wild.
I think you have to do that. But what about her having the baby at the games? Has that been explored?
So Matt's parents come every year. They're bringing their
I know
RV.
It's batshit crazy to say it, but I have to ask.
And she's like, well, maybe I can come drive in the other. Well, no, she's staying home. The more we plan, she's like more bummed she's not going to be there. But no, she's going to do that at home. It's important. It's important to her too. Like he'll be there,
Dear Sammy, I know it seems like a big deal to miss the games. I thought I would never miss one, but it's not as bad as you think. Trust me.
You coming this year?
No, fuck no.
Yeah, you are. Come on.
No, I'm not.
Dave's back. You gotta come.
Never going there fucking again. This doesn't deserve me.
That's not true. You'll be back.
Too good for the games. I'm too good. I will be watching from home, glued to it, like a little kid staring at the chimney, waiting for.
It's gonna be a wildly exciting year.
I agree.
Some people look at certain athletes not competing and saying like, I mean, I haven't really heard a lot of it. The initial reaction could have been like, somebody else is going to win other than who they thought was going to win. I don't think anybody knows who's going to win, so it makes it super exciting.
It's the most exciting, and I already have convinced myself I'm not going to accept anyone saying, well, that person wouldn't have won if Mal or if Tia would have been there. Fuck you. They're not there. They didn't make it there. Part of being the games champ is to make it to the fucking games. Can't say if
I
Tia was there.
believe
You
that.
can't say if Mal was there. Whoever wins is the fucking winner.
When you know, I think this is where we suffer a little from maybe our fan base not being as, engaged with other sports. I think that's probably a fact.
What, like people like
this is
me? You mean like I don't watch any sports really? I watch fighting.
right.
That's it. Yeah.
So, when you look at, I mean, fighting can be an analogy. It's just, I mean, I'm sure there is the banter, but like I'm a big golf fan, like, or you watch a team win the World Series that finished, was a wild card. Nobody's like, oh, well, they were a wild card. It's like, and they didn't have to play the best team because they lost in the National League earlier. That stuff it's sports. Like LeBron James was out, they didn't win. You won the NBA championship. It's like, well, LeBron was hurt. It's like, no, that's not a thing. Sports, it includes injuries and people taking years off and,
And bad lanes and bad ref calls. It's all, you got to win all that stuff. Bad weather.
There's a lot of luck. There's a lot of luck involved. Like there's, that's just the way sports rolls. I hope people don't do that. There's no, that doesn't even cross my mind. Whoever wins is the best.
Right.
That year. That's the way it works.
Except for that year Camille won. Okay. Not nice, Sevi. Not nice. Be cool. Hey, did your dad and Matt's dad meet?
They have multiple times. They got to spend quite a bit.
It wasn't. They didn't just have their first meeting. I thought they just had their first meeting.
Maybe that was. Well, they spent quite a bit of time together at the opening. Maybe that was the first time.
How was that? How did they get along? Good.
Very good. Yeah. I mean, they're a lot alike.
They are.
Like Matt and I are. Yeah. It's. I feel like people hear that and they'll be like, "Calm down, Keefe. You're not that much alike, Matt." Personality.
I'm not going to lie to you. This the first time you said it, I was like, Matt's out of his mind, but Keefe said it.
But yeah, we were both kind of like, "Oof, what are those two talking about over there in the corner?" Yeah, they did meet. That was another proud moment. It's kind of funny that they hadn't spent, maybe they've met, but they hadn't spent any time together. With all the time we spend together, it's crazy to me that they hadn't been linked at all. They're like going to get together in Florida, I guess now, and God help us. But yeah,
okay. So they really did hit it off. They exchanged phone numbers and shit like that.
Yep. That's it's cool. I mean, it's yeah. That whole weekend was amazing. Just a lot of people that we wouldn't be where we're at without our families and people who have contributed to our success. And it was a cool weekend to celebrate. A lot of people took time out of their schedules that I'm not going to say I was surprised, but that don't normally do things like that. That was like, wow, this is super cool that these people are here.
Do you guys have any plans for other plans for expansion? Or are you kind of like right now trying to reel in the reins? Like, wow, we just like. Or do you have something else happening? Like, is the HWPO dorm rooms coming?
We have housing. We have a house that we rent, that we put people in, when they come into town, particularly our staff. But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, we have a lot of plans on the tech side. I said it earlier. Is a lot of what we're doing is trying to improve the experience for current members and. Like we're expanding, a lot of our current tracks to be more, friendly for people on the road. So there's body weight versions of certain tracks coming out. We're building a converter in the app where you can just like push a button and it just like changes everything to no equipment. And we're exploring other areas, partnerships, sports. I think, we've got a lot through the end of this year on the tech side. We have this partnership that we got to execute the games. So we've got enough right now but we are thinking out into 24 and beyond as to things we can add. I really I think when we started, I did a lot of this singing of we're going to democratize what our way of training. So we're really interested in being involved with people who line up with our brand and our culture. They're best in class. So if those things come before us, like Scott, we'll consider it right away. And we're exploring.
What does that mean? Democratize. What does that mean?
Make more available in more places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like if somebody wants to present HWPO training at a yoga studio, it's like, cool, let's figure out how we do it. I mean, that's a bad example because that wouldn't work, but it's
No, I hear you.
you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
I think it's like and it's things that we've talked to CrossFit about too. Just like I feel we can do a lot of great stuff together. We get a lot of opportunities to, like, we've had health care platforms reach out about offering our training to their members and them subsidizing it. Bigger box chain gyms that want to have functional training because they can't call it CrossFit in their space. And I know that us and CrossFit explore those things all the time. It's like, how do we get more people to CrossFit? Like that's the answer. We all kind of do what we're sought what we sought out to do, which is to change people's lives, make the best them. And I believe it. You do. Your life has changed as mine through that, and it's been training CrossFit. That's the start for me. And it's how do we get more people to do that? I don't think we have. We have a unique approach and and how we service and train people, but it's not rocket science. It's CrossFit at its core. It's our way, and we want more people to experience our way.
You ready, O'Keefe?
Yeah.
You sitting down? You ready for this one? Incoming hot. Kenneth DeLapp for $2. I will definitely ask this question. Thank you for your money.
I saw that on the right in the comments.
Has Brooke Wells reached out to HWPO yet?
Brooke Wells is one of my closest friends.
Great answer.
Brooke Wells is also an athlete I've represented since she was 18 years old. And that's our relationship with her. So has Brooke Wells reached out? We probably text on a weekly, if not almost a daily basis. But that's our relationship. So I want Brooke to thrive and be her best and get everything she needs. And but we have not talked about that now.
Brooke is always welcome to come train at the HWPO training facility.
We have athletes that we don't coach that do come in, and it's like last year, a perfect example, like Daniel Brandon, Dallin Pepper come in and train during games. And Justin Kotler was there. We all get along. Like I don't.
Yeah, that didn't play out so good for Danielle and Justin. Take note, people. The following week.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of people there now. We've had like Jake Douglas is there now. He is somebody that trains our platform. So he trains pro. Steve Fawcett, who runs pro for us.
What's Jake Douglas? Look, is he as impressive in person as he looks on video? Like when you walk in the room and your eyes just like immediately look at him. You're like, what the fuck is that?
Jake Douglas, Matt and I met in 2016 on a tour of Australia, and he's been a friend since. He came and attended a weekend of training with Matt. Super green and new to it, was obviously incredibly athletic and talented, had played rugby as a background. We've kept in touch since.
Man, he is a brick shithouse.
Super proud. It's just like when you look at life, and it's just been like a relationship. Katrin's like this. It's like all coming together now. Having him a part of our team is awesome. I love this kid. I love how he goes about his business. I love his values. He's a family man. He's no spring chicken. He's like 33 or so.
What is he? Games. Is he Irish? What is that?
That's a good question.
What is he?
He's
really unique looking.
I'm excited for people to get to know him more. He's a really cool guy.
Was he on the Coffee Pods and Wads podcast? He was on some podcast.
I thought I saw a clip of a podcast he was on. I don't know if that was it. But
Someone will tell us in just a second. O'Keefe. Oh, another good question. God, you guys are assholes. Thank you. O'Keefe, has Mal asked you to recruit Haley? Dear Matt, can you get my best friend Haley to come train you?
No, Mal concentrates on herself. She doesn't ask us to do anything but help her be her best. If she, no is the answer. Never had that conversation with her. I love Haley, by the way. She's an awesome kid.
By the way, every time you guys ask these questions, these like inappropriate questions that are fun, I know O'Keefe when he answers them, he's like, the question comes, and then when he answers them, he's like, another part of him inside is cheering, yeah, because he's really hitting these out of the park. His answers are like money. Pretty good.
Well, when somebody would ask that question, would they so you've never heard anything about that publicly? Do you think that does somebody think that I'd be like, oh yeah, of course, like we're trying to bring her over?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, or probably to get a read off of you, right?
Yeah,
like waiting for like you to be like,
what's the read?
Well, Haley's in transition. Everyone's like, she's in transition. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Like everyone's looking for like a little crack in the dam. Look, as soon as you get off, the comments are going to fill up with analysis. He's avoiding this question. Sevan did a horrible job by not asking him this. It was just going to turn into a fucking melee, which I like. I appreciate it.
That's awesome. It's cool to be analyzed.
Yeah, I like it. Thank you for coming on. It had been a minute.
It's been a bit, yeah.
I didn't give you much notice. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I always love coming on. It's great. It's great to catch up with you. We do keep in touch, so even though there's been distance publicly, it's
word.
Yeah, and I'm holding out hope. Maybe I see you at the CrossFit Games.
That would be awesome.
Let me know if there's suffocate holding my breath.
If I go there, I'm gonna need I'm only gonna go if I need a job. So if you need someone like to fucking hump boxes of Podium out of the back of a box truck, or like to let me know. If
you can come sling some t-shirts at our booth.
Yeah, whatever you need. I'm there.
That's
all right,
awesome.
Please tell Matt and Sammy I said hi, and the entire gang, everyone but Jason. Please tell them I said hi.
Jason.
No, Jason. I'm out of Jason.
Oh man, he's the best.
I know. I'm sure he is.
He's awesome.
We have issues though. I like having some issues with people. Keeps my life interesting.
Jason's awesome. Oh man.
What a great
I'm sorry
dude.
you have issues. I'm sorry you have issues.
I have issues that he has no issues. I have issues with Jason that we have no issues.
He's the best.
All right, dude. I will talk to you soon. I'm excited to see how everyone performs. Thanks you for coming on. You the man. Always good to see you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, brother.
See you, bro.
Bye. And like that, O'Keefe turns into Caleb.
Wow.
Sevan is working the Paper Street coffee booth. Fuck, I would work the shit out of that booth. Did you see there's a 50-50 blend? There's a 50-50 blend.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I've never tried it.
Yeah. O'Keefe's a good dude.
He is.
Smart.
Pretty cool.
All right. Well, there you go. There's so many. Did you ever read through that text thread and see what happened?
I just kind of skimmed it.
Was there actually a fight? I just saw someone left the thread. That's all I saw. Was there a fight?
I don't know if it was much of a fight. If somebody just got set up, maybe. I don't know.
Did someone else leave the thread too, or just that one person?
No, I think it was only one person.
Oh, that bums me out.
I don't think they left it.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Oh, well, that's good. Didn't it say?
No. They're not in the text thread anymore.
Oh, you think someone kicked them out?
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, man. How are we going to handle that? You can't kick someone out of the text thread. Is it bad? Did someone fuck someone's wife or girlfriend or something?
Not as far as I know. No allegations of it either.
Oh my goodness. I can't spill it. I can't spill it. It's a private text thread. I can only tell you. Oh, look, here you go. I didn't leave. I was kicked out. Oh no, not helping. I was just starting to like. It took after I'm just starting to understand helping a little bit, or like be comfortable not understanding them. That'd be a better way to. Just starting to like have fun.
Yeah, I
Helping.
agree with that.
I mean, go in there. Maybe I'll play yard duty.
Come on, Dad, help us out.
So that was cool that we talked about Katrin. We talked about Mal. We talked about Haley.
Promising with Katrin.
Yeah, that was nice. I like that. We talked about the young and talented Jason Hopper. Talked about Matt Fraser. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe he was kicked out on accident. That can happen. Someone could have, like, with their thumbs, I've accidentally hung up on people with my phone.
I know the wrenches have done it, so it's possible.
Oh, accidentally kick someone out? Yeah. I erased my first YouTube comment in the history of the Sevan Podcast channel a couple days ago. And then I asked Bruce if this person, if he sees someone on that person on the thread, just to block them. Why? That's a good question. Why? I can handle like, you're an asshole or misunderstanding me. You know what I mean? Like, although, like, if I said, Matt O'Keefe has a knife in his body, and someone's like, Sevan's a faggot, like, I'll be like, hey, you really shouldn't call me. That's not a cool word to use. And just because I think a guy has a nice body doesn't mean I'm gay. But like, I understand. Like, I can empathize with that person. They're trapped in their fucking head. Like, can bring some. I can roll with that. It just, when it just becomes too. No, it wasn't 12 daily doses. It's just when it becomes too venomous, like when you're talking just for the sake of hurting me. Like, I can understand, like, you think I'm gay because I like watching penises flop around in a dude's pants. Like, I don't mind being misunderstood if I can, like, make the connection. But if you're misunderstanding me and I can't even make the connection, now you're just being mean to me. You know what I mean? Right. Now you're just like, and just for the sake of being mean, like, fuck you. Like, I'm not. I understand I might trigger people. I understand people trigger me. Like, let's fight it out. But kicking someone out of a group chat is petty as fuck. I don't know. What if they fucked your wife, your sister, your daughter, and got them all pregnant simultaneously, and you just found out?
I'd do it.
I don't know. I can you explain the man bun?
I think he's tried.
No, I'm just in denial.
Are you gonna let it get bigger?
So I had a friend over yesterday, and I actually asked him if he would shave my head like tighter, so it would look more like, as Garrett called me, the Viking dyke cut. But now I'm actually thinking of, like, just shaving my whole head. No, I don't know what's happening.
Don't shave your head.
Not shave it. You know what I mean? But just like, like a number 4 on top and a 3 on this. Like, I'm thinking about going to Supercuts and just start over. Just give myself just like a start over. You know what I mean?
As long as you don't go to Supercuts, I think it'll be good.
Don't go there? No, that's the only place I go.
Go to Sport Cuts.
Is that a real place?
Yeah. It's the same thing, just with ESPN on all the time.
Okay, fine. Here we go. Let me start with this because I like narratives. Let's laugh my ass off. I think I would do more than just kick them out of the group chat if they got everyone in my family pregnant. I still don't kick them out, kick their ass. That's fine. Helping has been regulated to us common folk. I actually met Eric Wise, by the way, yoked.
Dang.
Yeah, really buff dude. I met him. I saw him at the ranch the other day. Helping. It was honestly the dumbest conversation, and I did say something out of turn, which over text gets miscommunicated. I've apologized to the person I said something to. No comms with who booted me. Oh. You have to understand, Halpin is very, very unique in his level, in the way he communicates. I've never met anyone who communicates like him. Ever. And I've communicated with a lot of fucking people. You're such a dad if you go to Supercuts. Make sure you wear your New Balance shoes when you go. My Skechers, my butt firming Skechers. Oh my goodness. Is it more serious? Is it more serious than Brian Friend? Is it more? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Do they have a thicker soul? Those are crazy.
Wow, they're on sale even. You can get 2 for almost the price of 1.
Brian's on the thread. Brian's active and a great contributor to the thread. He's not kicked out. He didn't leave or whatever. I don't think Brian was even involved in that scuffle. Sevan, did Mariah offer you a spot to do the doc this season? I think I saw a post from someone over in Europe that the doc is dead, that there won't be docs. And I think Mariah may have said that in the interview, that she's not doing one this season. But last year they gave her 3 weeks notice. Everyone should just go over to that thread who saw the interview with her and contextualize that shit for people. People are so stupid. People are writing shit in there. Why didn't you put the Rebecca Fuselier thing in there? It sucks without that. It's like, dude, it's fucking 100 minutes long. I'm going to talk about this next Friday, by the way, on the CrossFit Games update show. But it's 100 minutes long, and Miles to Madison already covered the Rebecca Fuselier shit. And the fact that that's not in there is not what makes the movie suck. What makes the movie suck is the fact that you know that happened and you wanted that in the movie. Just say, don't be an asshole to people. Give critical, constructive criticism. Be like, man, this could have been a 3-hour movie. I would have loved to have seen even more. Not like tell us what's missing. Couch that. No wonder fucking so many of you don't have fucking friends. Couch that shit. Always make someone a shit sandwich. Always. Caleb, it's fucking great to see you here in the mornings. Did you hear that ticking?
No, is that you farting again?
I just turned it off. No, it's my phone. Caleb, it's great to see you here in the morning. What a great time to see you. When O'Keefe was talking about Mal, it would have been cool to bring up that picture of her with her blonde hair. Anyway, I hope to see you again tomorrow. See that?
Yeah.
How I slipped that in there?
Yeah, it would also have been nice to bring that up if it was still on her page.
I know what happened to it. Good call. So you did check. Look, now we're having a dialogue.
It was
what
in her
happened
story. It was in her story. So expired. Yeah. I appreciate your feedback, though.
So he can say, thank you for the feedback. Remember, presuppositions are what start fights. You've taught me so much, Sevan. See how he made me a shit sandwich? Is Brian Friend coming back on the show? Is he coming back? I mean, will he ever? I don't understand the question. Is he coming back? Is he coming back on the? I don't. Is he coming? Like he went somewhere? Where is Be Friendly? Is he? I'm out. No. You guys, no, don't. It's not like that. It's not like that. Golf Foxtrot Yankee. I've never been held hostage, but I have been part of a group chat. Oh, meaning that there's some correlation between the two, like being in a group chat is like being held hostage, and you should be thankful that you guys. I mean, shit, that is the thing. There's probably people who don't want to be on this group chat because it's so fucking active and it's so many texts coming in, but then they just can't bring themselves to take themselves off. I am not one of them. I fucking love it. Pool boy. People have this idea that you and Brian aren't friends anymore. No, that's not true at all. And he doesn't want to come on your show anymore. I don't know why people think this, but they do. Well, I understand why people think it. We've been doing a lot of game shows and he hasn't been on it. We just are, our interests, I think it's 3-part. You could ask him too. Our interests and our time commitments and our priorities of where we want to put energy have just shifted, you know? And just to like give you the most superficial example, he has a whole new Instagram account that needs to be fed, and he has his own YouTube station now. And he's doing more stuff than ever with I think Talking Elite Fitness. And so there's just been a shift. And my interest is like I had just come off of semifinals with Tyler Watkins, John Young, and Spin and Halpin and others, and we fucking murdered. So I think that would be just a better way to. But thank you, Pool Boy, for tossing me an alley-oop. That was good. John George Sevi, interesting that they pulled the Matt and Mal part because they CrossFit don't want to portray bad habits, yet they show an athlete eating shitloads of candy. Isn't that hypocritical? Yes, that is 100% hypocritical, dishonest, disingenuous, insincere. It's all that. I'm telling you. All like heads over in the media, whoever's been in charge of the media department, whoever's been the interim chief marketing officer needs to be fired. Like they've missed so many opportunities. It's been atrocious. And whoever's protecting the people there who are making all of these bad calls should be fired. And I'm not usually one to say that kind of stuff. Like but enough is enough. This has been going on now for 2 years. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I don't know if this is the right show to do it. I don't think I know. I don't think that the people remember when I was talking about Nicole Carroll the other day, and I said that there's been a whole change, a rotate. Like, so she was there, and I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong by once. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay, stand by, people. Let me just say this while I call Matt Souza, and find out. And I just need a little counseling here really quick. Remember what I told you the other day? But basically, Nicole Carroll worked there, and everyone in the C-suite, all the executives have all changed once since she's been there. So basically, think of it like she worked there when Greg worked there. She quit. They hired her back with Rosa and a bunch of people at the helm. Then they fired Dave. I think everyone in every major position basically around her has shifted, and she survived it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. I just need to put Sousa's phone number in here on speed dial. Oh, connected. Okay, let's see if I can. I was gonna call and tell you that I don't think Don knows how the people who. I don't think he's looked into the history of the media department, and so he doesn't know what he has in there. Do you know what I mean? Like. It's like if I went over to Caleb's house and I wouldn't know that he got all his dogs from the pound, or that they have a history of biting people. Hello? Hello? I'm so sorry about how I always have to do this with the phone. This sucks. I don't know what I should do. I don't know if I should get a new Rodecaster. I don't know if it's the Rodecaster's fault or if it's the compatibility. I just don't fucking know. Is that the safe word? 1999? Yeah, I think Mandy Spiegel started that. Is that? Oh, here we go. Here we go. He's calling. Hi. Oh, I know what you're doing. Hi. I get it. But you mean because of what we've been talking about the last couple days?
My comment.
Yeah, you think I should, because I should take it chill on CrossFit.
Yeah, no, I mean there was a lot of things swirling. I think it was a good ending.
Okay. I
You
hear you.
can leave it for next time. You know what I mean?
Okay. I hear you. And I just called you and told you yesterday that I feel like I need to temper myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to burn any bridges. I'm happy with my relationship.
Yeah. We just got to tread lightly, you know?
Okay.
It's a big episode. There'll be a lot of people watching this one.
Will knows the story I was about to tell. I think you should hook up the phone wired to the Roadcaster so you don't have to worry about the Bluetooth. Oh, Will, you know what's crazy about that? When it's hooked up physically, Will, to it, I think you either lose the ability to call out or to receive calls, but one of the abilities vanishes, or else I would have. Do you think that's true, Will? I know that sounds so weird, but I think I read that. Will knows the story I was about to tell. You know what I was going to tell the story about how the people who are currently employed in the media department got their jobs. And if you heard that, or if Don heard that, I was going to tell like the whole story. Like I've never told it. And,
good story.
Yeah. You've heard it a half dozen times, Caleb?
Yes.
It is truly bizarre. But I don't think Don knows that. I think Don came in. Imagine, okay, I'll give you a metaphor. Imagine like I had this kangaroo and I put a wig on it and makeup on it and I dressed it up as a human. And it was in my kitchen cooking. And then Caleb came over and I introduced Caleb to it as my wife. And Caleb and I were friends for the next 5 years, and he just never knew because, but Sousa knew that I used to have a kangaroo because he knew me before I dressed the kangaroo up as my wife. So he knows. He's like, so one day he tells Caleb, like 5 years after Caleb's been my friend, you know that his wife's a kangaroo. Caleb's like, what? He's like, yeah, he used to have a kangaroo and he put a wig on it, and that's not really a human being or his wife. It's just his pet kangaroo. That's what happened. So Don came to the company, and there used to be kangaroo, and now it has a wig on it. And Don thinks it's someone's wife.
Yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was good. Maybe you got to let Don know that there's a bunch of kangaroos around, you know?
I don't think it's my place to tell him that.
Yeah, maybe he'll figure it out. He's a smart guy. It's probably becoming more clear.
All right. Sevan's wife is a horrible cook and keeps punching me. Wow. Robbie Meyer's DEI council became the marketing department. Hey, if you let the DEI council do any hiring, if you let HR be involved in hiring, you will get an entire company that's DEI. Did you hear that, Sousa, did you hear that Brian Mulvaney's now fighting with Bud Light? Brian Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney?
Is he? How?
Yeah. He's upset that they didn't go to bat for him, that they left him out to dry.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy. All right, thank you. That's good advice. I appreciate the 1999 comment.
Yeah, we got lots of shows coming up. You know, we got.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
Okay, great show.
All right.
Bye. Bye, Caleb.
Bye.
All right. All right. I guess I'm gonna get off the phone here, drop a deuce, and get into my thread and see if I can patch things up between people.
Thanks, Dad.
All right. You the man, Caleb. Good seeing you. Are you here tomorrow?
Yeah, I should be here tomorrow.
Okay. If we don't, I'll look for a guest again for tomorrow, like a quick guest, like someone who's like easy, like O'Keefe. And if not, we'll just do a live call-in show tomorrow.
Sweet.
All right, brother. Everyone, good seeing you guys. See you guys tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Sevan Podcast. Thank you. Oh, shit. I meant to tell O'Keefe that he should have Sammy do BirthFit. Get in contact with the BirthFit people.
Oh yeah.
Son of a
awesome.
bitch. Why'd I fuck that up? Drink less Paper Street coffee, take a break from the peptides, and go to BirthFit. And then after you have the baby, then you can go back to the coffee and the peptides. Damn. Robbie Myers. Duh. Shit. The chat mentioned that.
Dang, chat's good. Chat's good.
I'm not just saying that just because I really believe, because BirthFit's a sponsor. I believe in them. They're fucking, that's the shit. That's the ideal. If you're a woman, I guess if you're a man too, but you want your wife to go to meet those people. If you want your baby to have the have an incredible support team to coming out of the vagina onto planet Earth, man, you want to talk to the BirthFit people. And that entry into onto planet Earth is important for a baby. Yeah, Oi is right. I screwed that up. Shit. I'll just text. I'll text O'Keefe. He should get in touch. He should have Sammy get in touch with the BirthFit people. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go do my peptides now because I didn't do them last night.
Good call.
All right.